What's up, everyone? This is Red Mage 761. We're continuing on to part 3 of our Dark Souls walkthrough. So in this episode, I'll show you how to get the Drake sword. Also, let me correct myself. I mentioned the short sword you need. I was wrong. I accidentally said that. I meant to say the short bow. But as you can tell, I have some different equipment, different stats. I kind of had to start all over. When I was in the process of recording, I kind of made a mistake. I summoned someone to help me kill Lautrec, the NPC that's utmost importance to kill, or you will not be able to keep using the bonfire at Firelink Shrine. He kills the firekeeper there. And so that's going to make it difficult for us to upgrade our Estus Flask even further from +1. So I just started over, had a new character, made a Pyromancer, and went from there. I'm still going to do the Dex build though, like I said before. And if you follow the path I'm taking, I'll lead you right to the merchant where you can get the short bow. And also some arrows, a repair box, and a bottomless box. If you're like me, you're going to want the bottomless box, that's for sure. I like my inventory kind of short and sweet, so every item and armor and weapons I'm not using, I normally put into the bottomless box. As soon as you head down these stairs, there's going to be enemy right here behind some bookcases. Oh, also the stairs are behind a bunch of boxes as well, just in case.
You seem to have your... Then you are.
So yeah, here's the merchant. You can buy a soapstone, an orange soapstone, which lets you leave messages that you see all over the place, like I'm getting right now. You can also leave rate messages as well. But you can see all the different weapons he has and shields. I'm going for the short bow, which you are going to need if you don't have one to get the Drake sword. And the repair box is quite useful as well. You're going to want that. That way you can repair all your items that you have at the bonfire. And the bottomless boxes also you can access at the bonfire as well. I went to buy 100 arrows. You don't have to buy that much. It takes about 20 arrows to take on to get the Drake sword. So yeah, in our previous episode we unlocked a shortcut so that way we can get to underneath the bridge rather easy instead of having to go the long ways around. Also, as you can tell, I went to go pick up the Dragon Crest shield. That area that I showed you, that path that leads to that sleeping dragon, if you walk slow enough you can get all 3 items. You just have to get the one that's closest to his mouth last. But you can get all 3 items if you walk slow enough. After you pick up the Dragon Crest shield, he will wake up. But that was on the way to get the Crimson Armor set in the first episode I mentioned. So we're going to be heading up the ladder that we kicked down in our last episode. So, and I went to go and quit my short bow. Couldn't roll as fast. I didn't like that. I like to roll rather quick. Also, as you're coming around here, before you start firing at the Drake's tail, you got some enemies over here you want to take out. I was aiming for a backstab, but as you can see, that didn't go well. Instead, I took him out, but if you don't line up perfectly, sometimes you will not hit that backstab. This guy's going to take his sweet ass time. Turns around, starts doing some weird dance shuffle. But this guy, you can easily just kick him off. He is that easy. So, once you equip the short bow and put some arrows into your quiver, clearly I forgot to do that, you can get 2 hits off of him per round. What happens is when you hit him in the tail the first time, the Drake will fly up on the bridge and he'll walk around. And as soon as he lands on the bridge, you can peg his tail again right there. So yeah, this does take some time. I know it's rather nuisance nuisance, but still, this sword is pretty worth it. It's 200 base damage. It doesn't scale with anything, with any of your stats, but it is worth early game. Early to mid game until you start upgrading your weapons mid to late game. You can boost the damage on the Drake Sword, you just have to have dragon skills. But I use the Drake Sword for the most part, but not as often, because the weapon I am going to get after this comes from that merchant, but he's not selling it, so I'm going to take out that NPC. You don't have to kill him. I choose to, but if you kill him, you get some humanity. You get a katana weapon that does bleeding damage. You need 14 strength and 14 dex, but it only scales with your dex. There's also another weapon I'm going to plan on getting. It's the Great Scythe. I want to say you get in the Catacombs. It's a pretty good dex weapon as well with some decent bleed. But yeah, the reason why I'm doing a dex build is mainly for PvP. It's a lot of the covenants I plan on going with, mainly the forest hunters. The dex build is fast weapons, and a lot of the good dex weapons do cause bleeding damage. You can continue striking your enemy's shield even though they're blocking. So if you're fighting a tank, you can easily have their bleed build up. As you can tell, I can't wield this properly without two-handing it. Also, it's weighing me down quite a bit. So I'm fooling around to see what can I wear, what can I use in order to wield the Drake Sword and roll around rather fast. I had to take off my shield. So yeah, was about to head that way, but like I mentioned, I'm going back to see that merchant. I'm gonna take him out so that way I can get that sword. It's a pretty fast sword, I like it, especially when it's upgraded. It doesn't out damage the Drake Sword, so I advise if you want to use it, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. You're pretty much going to one-shot everything for the most part with this weapon. Also, if you two-hand it, it's got a little special attack that it lowers the grade of the weapon, I want to say about 30 each time you use it. But it does some decent damage when you use that special attack, as you can tell. You also get the residence key from him, which if you plan on going down the sorcerer path but you didn't take the sorcery, you can easily get the sorcerer catalyst and sorcerer equipment for free down heading towards the depths if you free an apprentice of Big Hat Logain. I don't want to say that's how you say his name. But the apprentice, he will sell some sorceries if your intelligence is at least 10 or higher, I believe. I know I had one character, his intelligence was an 8, and neither of them would sell sorceries to me. So yeah, I'm just coming to the bonfire. I'm going to repair some of my equipment. I was seeing if I had enough to level up, though, to be honest. The usefulness of repairing your equipment at the bonfire, because if you let it break, you have to go to the blacksmith to repair it. And also the damage drops the further wear and tear on the weapon. Also, I'm putting a lot of items I'm not going to use into my bottomless box. I'm just picky like that, to be honest. I don't like all the clutter. It's rather annoying. So much stuff. Now let's go kill some things, shall we? But yeah, I'm about to show you how to get. Yeah, I'm about to show you how to get to the next bonfire. We also have another blacksmith heading when we get to that area. Also, I'm going to show you how to get to the bonfire that's under where the Drake is pretty much sitting. Because there's a covenant I do plan on joining. It's the Way of the Sun, I believe. When you join it, you do get the sun lightning bolt, which of course is a miracle. Yeah, in order to get where that dragon's at, there's a bonfire in that room. I kind of messed up. I didn't want to take the chance of getting crispy, so I went back down to the bonfire, heal up. But yeah, the Way of the Sun, it's pretty much a faith covenant. It's mainly meant for co-op. You have to have a 25 faith in order to join it normally, but if you help other players as a White Phantom defeat 4 boss areas, you just help them clear 4 boss areas. It doesn't matter if it's the same boss, you just help different players clear it. You'll be able to, it drops the requirement down by 5 each time. So if you do it 4 different times, the requirement to join is 5 faith you need. But as you can see, after the dragon did his fire breath the first time I ran to this ledge, his fire can't hit me here. He does jump on the bridge. It takes some time for him to do that though. Once he jumps on the bridge and starts walking, we can run underneath him and get to that bonfire over there and lift a gate. And that's how the area in there is where you join the covenant. I had to look it up exactly how to join, and I finally figured it out. It just takes me some time to be able to do it. Also, when you rank up, I want to say to rank 2 or rank 1, you get greater lightning bolt. As you can tell, he went on the bridge. He was trying to bite me, but I was underneath him, so he didn't do anything. As I was standing here, I went to go light the bonfire. I didn't know the dragon could do this. I got a little toasty. I thought I was going to die for a minute. Also, I want the same time you get the rank where you get the greater lightning bolt, you do get sunlight bolt, which you had to have Lord Grid's soul, the final boss's soul. This is where you normally could join the covenant. As you can see, it doesn't give me that option just yet. I don't have 25 faith. But yeah, in order to get the sunlight bolt, you have to be a New Game Plus regardless, or another player drops it for you. But normally, New Game Plus is how you get it. You can only use Sunlight Bolt as long as you're a member of this covenant. I just plan on being in this covenant until I get Greater Lightning Bolt, and then I'm going to join the Forest Hunters. But yeah, I want to get those items, checking to see if the dragon was there. I don't see him. Ow, I got pegged. That wasn't nice. So let's take these buttholes out. Yeah, if you're using the Drake Sword will pretty much just one-shot them. This takes about 3 to 4 hits for me, because my dex is only at 15. And it does maybe 100 something damage. But you get a claymore and some souls. It's always nice to have souls in the bank. But yeah, you pull this lever, you're going to open that gate. I'll show you another way the other way you can get up through here. You just won't be able to open the gate. It's that area where we shot the Drake's tail so we can get the Drake sword. Just you gotta go under the bridge, keep following the path that I showed you where that one pole hollow was. But you also got to be wary, there is rats right in that area when you walk through. One of them's hiding around the corner, two of them are right here. As I was trying to show this, I pretty much got poisoned and almost died by all three of these rats. They can be really annoying. Like I said, some creatures, they don't do as much damage, but in a group they can stun lock you and they can take you out if you're not careful. I was getting cocky there. But yeah, you go from there and just follow along the side of the wall. Go in here, just careful. Like I said, there was a rat around that corner, and there's two around right in front of this ladder. But yeah, that's the way to get through here if you don't want to take the chance of running under the dragon. Yeah, I went back to the bonfire. I didn't want to deal with that poison. Also, I went to kindle it just so I can have 10 Estus flasks. So, let's be on our way, shall we? So we have I guess a mini-boss, if you want to say. That armored boar way back there. Don't take him head on. He can do some pretty serious damage. My New Game Plus character has problems with him. But then again, in New Game Plus, for some reason, his ass is covered up with metal. Here, his ass is not covered up. His weakness is his ass, because the rest of his body is plated. You can get the most damage on him through pretty much his rear end. Nice parry. Right in the face. Yeah, I forgot to equip my pyromancy flame hand. But yeah, it seems like he's stuck. So, I'm just gonna throw some fireballs at him. Also, if you lure him into those fires, it will do some serious damage to him. Fire has a tendency to do damage to more damage than normal to most enemies. But yeah, now he's moving around. I don't want to fight with that. So, I'm just gonna go this way. Let's send this guy back to hell where he came from. And I got pegged. Nice parry. I wasn't expecting to get a parry from the side. But I got one. Very nice riposte too. As you can tell, I took no damage from their bolts while I was riposting. Yeah, these guys, sometimes they have a chance of dropping Titanite shards. But most of the time it's their armor, which is pretty useless, or the weapon that they're using. Here I just equipped my short bow, but I'm taking care of this guy first. I'm gonna take out this armored boar from up here because if you drop down, he will chase you and he does some serious damage. But yeah, just shoot him in the butt. You see, that does 20 and this does 6. He was almost dead from the fireballs I threw at him anyways. Sometimes he drops a boar's helmet, which is pretty heavy. I don't know the exact stats of it. I can't really remember. But yeah, you want to drop down. Go down this way. When you turn the corner, you're gonna see that guy running through. I don't know why I just used 2 of those. As soon as you go through that entranceway, you want to back up immediately. You got 2 of them coming right around you. Kind of like a pincer attack. Let's heal up. Because why not? But yeah, you got 3 of them up here. One will be behind you as well. Try to do a backstab and that failed. I was really getting greedy here. Luckily, I haven't died yet. Mystery key. Like I said, that's the key we're going to need to unlock the cell to take out Lautrec. My previous character, like I said, I was recording and he killed the firekeeper where I can't use the bonfire anymore. I was too late. Because if you go and kill the bell gargoyles and ring the bell of awakening, he will leave his cell. And you do have a chance of taking him out before he kills the firekeeper, but he's back at Fire Lake Shrine sitting across from the firekeeper's cell. But I want to say if you rest at a bonfire, he's gone, she's dead. Here at this point, try to two-hand your weapon, unless you're using a Drake sword. If you're using a Drake sword, this is going to take him out. But walk up pretty slowly and he won't recognize you if you're not wearing heavy armor. You can get a backstab off. But I'm not using a Drake sword. I won't one-shot him whatsoever. Not just yet. No heals. No heals for you. Running for my life now. Alright, let's take care of this guy. Why not? Screw him. I didn't like the way he looked at me. As you're heading down this stairs, there's going to be another pincer attack. A spear hollow with a shield and a boulder knight. This guy is more of a threat than the guy with the spear because he moves a lot faster. These guys also have a chance of dropping boulder armor and titanite shard as well. I want to say I got more titanite shards from them than I have from these guys. But yeah, to get items from enemies, it all depends on your item discovery, which you can have rings that apply that. Then you also have your... Yeah, I was greedy. I died. My first official death. I was being stupid, now wasn't I? Well, I guess that's it for today's episode. I'll see y'all next time. This is Red Mage 761 signing out.